Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to my NHL 20 franchise mode here in the state of hockey. You know, I can talk about how our postseason went, but all I really have to say is that was our best chance at winning Stanley Cup number 7. Obviously, we have one more season left. We have one more season to do it. But with the cap, we're going to lose a lot. And I'm not sure this team is going to be the best it can possibly be. We have stretched the cap thin for a very long time. Long time. 10 years? A decade? We've lost so many players. Marcus Mironov, Anthony Francis, Brant Clark, Langweeder. We've lost a lot. Gogolev. Anybody, really, to cap. And this offseason isn't going to be easy. Our window is getting closer and closer to being closed. We have one more season left here in Minnesota to win Stanley Cup number 7 until we start our next franchise modes. I'm not sure that the time this episode goes up, I'll have an update video up. I plan on having it up. If I'm smart, I'll record it right after I record this, but you never know. I'm not the brightest. We have less than 10 episodes left of this. I guess we do the off-season 1 video. That's 1. Regular season in 2 videos. That's 3. And then playoffs, if we make it to the Stanley Cup Finals, that's 7. Depends if we get there. I want it to work. I do. Sometimes it doesn't happen like that. We blew a 3-1 series lead in the Western Conference Finals, which hurts a lot. It does. I could talk about the postseason. I know you guys want to see the stats. I'm going to go over them briefly. A lot of guys stepped up. A lot of guys just didn't perform. And Ben Archer did everything he really could. He was going... Or I guess... Oh, sorry. We'll talk about Ben Archer in a second. Joel Everberg is going to be on this squad no matter what. He has one more year left on this contract, and then it kicks in for, I think it's $15 million, but he's a legit player. He proved that. He was scoring goals left and right, but I know there's some pretty awesome point totals here and there, but nobody finished the series for us, and we were one win away from the Stanley Cup Finals again. We haven't been able to shake the playoff drought ever since we got reverse swept by Boston in the Stanley Cup Finals. We haven't. And then we blew a series lead to New Jersey in the Stanley Cup Finals. It's been a while since we've won the Stanley Cup. It's been a long, long time. We've lost a lot. We're still a great team. Guys like Hagos, guys like Petrangelov. A lot of guys are going to call it quits this year. We could lose Hagos, Petrangelov, Everberg potentially, maybe, depends if he retires early. We're losing a lot. And that's a fact. We're losing players because of cap, we're losing players because of age. This was the season to win. This was the best possible team I could have put on paper that we could have had. A lot of minus players here. Nobody really finished the series for us. I mean, Petrangelov had a crazy awesome run. Obviously, it's Petrangelov. He's a playoff machine. He's won multiple Conn Smites, 3 in a row at one time. It's one of the best all time at the end of his career. That's a fact. He might call it quits. And I'm just disappointed in general. A guy like Ben Archer has never been on a good team. He's made the playoffs 5 times in his long career. With Detroit, he's made it once with Minnesota, and he was 1 game away from, I believe, his first ever Stanley Cup Finals. He was looking for that Ray Bourque story finish ending. Sometimes it doesn't happen like that. I hope we have the ability to bring him back, but I doubt we'll have the cap space to afford him. It happens like that. It does. But we're just going to have to try our best to bring this team together in the postseason, sorry. Harry Parrish was great. Bissonnette was great. I like all these guys a lot. If I can keep them around, I'll keep them around. A guy like Jenny Niemi took a crap ton of penalty minutes in the regular season, Playoffs, he was iffy here and there. We had a lot of iffy moments. A lot. Lacoste and Shattenkirk, we're both pretty decent guys. Lacoste is kind of dropping, and we'll have to sign Shattenkirk. Oh, that sucks. But we're gonna do our due diligence this offseason. Goaltenders, and that's kind of where we... I don't want to say we failed. Weeman didn't even have a bad game in Game 7. Xana Carano kind of crapped the bed every chance he had. He had a lot of really good games. We lost 3-2 in Game 7. It was a late goal for St. Louis. But where was the offense? In those final 3 games, we put up 4 goals. Unacceptable for the team that we have. And, you know, we're just going to keep moving forward. That's all we can really do. And I think I didn't manage my scouts this year. St. Louis did end up winning the Stanley Cup, so congratulations, Sergei Gogolev. And the Stanley Cup champions, the St. Louis Blues. That would have been us. Speaking of scouts, I believe I forgot to assign them to the top-rated guys, but I'm not really worried about the draft. Arizona moves from 9th to 1st. Detroit, dumpster fire. And Columbus moves from 8th to 3rd. And see, that Vegas pick we had would have only been 7th. So I'm not really upset. We got Joel Everberg, so I'm not really upset. Draft class, there's no point of us moving in to the top here. A guy like Domi would be sick. Jace Domi, Vishnevsky. Strombolopoulos is probably a really sick player. Vishnevsky is also really good. I know all these guys are medium elites. I already know that. That's a fact. I mean, friggin' Strombolopoulos in the OHL put up 62 goals. If one of them's available, why not? Add them at a entry-level contract. We have a bunch of first-round picks for the next long while. Might as well, right? Few retired players. Who's calling it quits this season? And this is a biggie. There we go. Alexei Petrangelov had one more chance at Stanley Cup number 7. He falls short by 5 wins, 912 goals, 930 assists, 1,842 points. At the end of his career, he's one of the best of all time. Legitimately. And we've had this guy since... Well, we had this guy minus 1 year since 2021. He's a franchise mode legend. Would I put him in the hemisphere of Jeffrey Woodworth? Nobody comes close to Jeffrey Woodworth. I'm sorry, Jeffrey Woodworth was just a boss at every chance he got, but it sucks. Alexei Petrangelov is gone. We probably wouldn't have been able to bring him back. We wouldn't have had the cap. So I'm glad he goes out on his own terms. He finishes his career as a Minnesota Wild. I'm going to miss him. One of the best all time. What was his best season ever? 100 and... Wait. 100... No. I'm... Sorry, this is confusing as hell. I'm pressing points and it's not going by points, it's going by year. What in the blue hell is this game even on? Is this game on drugs? 114 seems to be the highest. 114. He's had 2 114-point seasons. Wait, that's a glitch. I press points and it goes by year. I'm so confused. This game's so weird. I don't know. Whatever. But a great career nonetheless. I'm going to miss you, Alexei Petrangelov. Alexis Lafreniere calls it quits. 1,400 points. Hall of Famer. Pierre LaRoche, subscriber created player, also calls it quits. Chokington. Chad Chadson, over 1,000 points. A lot of guys calling it quits. I miss Quinn Hughes, you know that? I really miss Quinn Hughes. Lucas Raymond. Almost 1,000-point player after we traded him. Good for you. Are we gonna lose anybody else this offseason? I thought Hagos was a for sure possibility, but it looks like he's sticking around, which is good for us. Good. Any goaltenders calling it quits? Aiden Cashman. Other than that, nothing crazy. We have Mika Hartikkanen. Wow, it's been a while since he's been on the squad. It's been a hot second. We traded him away right from junior, so not a bad career. McCauley, Bednar, a few goaltenders. Did we lose anybody else other than Alexei Petrangelov? I'm hoping we didn't. I don't want to change too much on this squad. And Bobby McFumbles, what a beauty. Played one NHL game in his career. Oh, that's sad. Oh, he never got to the NHL? Oh, Bobby, I'm sorry. Oh, that's sad. Okay. Okay. I'm not worried about coaching. I'm not worried about any of that. I just want to make sure this team kind of stays together as much as we possibly can. So let's head into the draft, see what we can do. Are any of the top picks up for grabs? No, they are not. Cool. We have the 13th overall pick, which I'm not really concerned about getting anything. Is there anything at 13th? I doubt there is. 13 is looking like a defenseman. Maybe we use it as a trade chip. I'd be more comfortable doing that anyways. We've got this goaltender, Elijah Playfair. Not bad. Not bad. I'm not really worried about prospects at this point. I know there is a possibility that I finish out this franchise mode in like bigger videos, but the day-to-day posting for Minnesota is over after this season. What can I do? Legitimately, we have a few contracts up this year. We have a few. We have goaltenders. Both of our goaltenders are up. We got a lot to worry about. How much cap space do we currently have? Not much. Fun times. Okay. Okay, let's see what I can do. We are going to be losing... Oh, that sucks. We're going to be losing Ben Archer. He was so good. So good. He's going to win a Norris, too. I didn't even check the awards. We'll check them after the draft. I'm just going to try to remind myself to do that. Somebody yell at me if they want to, but... skaters matching the block. Let's check all these teams. See if there's anybody up for grabs. We'll go by overall to make things easier. Anaheim, let's start with you. Nothing there. Maybe somebody's on the block. Louis Langweeder, can't afford him. Too bad. I'm just looking for... I don't really know what I'm looking for. There isn't anything in particular. This guy's relatively cheap. Philip Ramirez. $6 million for 2 years. Buffalo. I'm going to write that down. Buffalo. I have terrible handwriting. I won't even be able to make out what that said. The better idea would be to wait until the re-sign phase to deal with any trades, just to see what we're actually working with cap-wise. There isn't a whole lot I can do, though. Maybe we win a Stanley Cup, maybe we don't. We're just kind of going all out. I mean, we went all out this season, didn't really work, but it happens. Sometimes, usually the best team never wins a Stanley Cup. That's how it usually works, but we do have a lot of young guys coming up, so we can afford a bottom six relatively cheap, which is good. That's a good thing. Is there anything out here? Maybe a cheap defenseman, which never ever happens. We have a Connor Von Sieg. Would love to bring him over. All right, LA. Cool, write you down. We got a Shane Wright. That's a lot of money. Montreal. Oh, it's gonna kick us off here in a second. I'm gonna scroll through really quickly. Oh, we're not gonna make it. Ooh, this Ooh. 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 New York Islanders. New York Islanders. First, we're gonna sim to our pick. Strombolombolis was really good. But top 5 was top 6, 7. Where did it get bad? It was a really good top 10. Not bad, not bad, not bad. So we're gonna call a few timeouts just to be sure. First, we were there in New York. I have an idea. We can potentially get back Ben Archer. Potentially. There's a possibility we don't bring him back. But Where were we? Let's start on Montreal. Let's be sure. Let's be specific. Nothing Versi. Well, he's not bad, but we don't really need the center depth. Oh, this German guy. Really good contract. 2 more years. We can get them to retain on that, which would help us out mightily. Would he? I think he'd work on this team. He's a 2-way forward. Looks like he can help us out. Really good contract, and that's what I'm kind of looking for. Let's get him here. Now, that's not going to work. Now, the thing is, cap space is going to suck. It's going to hurt us. Now, Don Kreider is making 7.6. We can get $4 million, $5 million extra to work with if we trade Don Kreider. I think that's a smart move. He was only playing in the bottom 6. We get this German guy, bring him on. Hago stays up there on the top 6. Bring in this Germain guy who's way cheaper. I would be okay with swapping them. We have a bunch of assets we can give them. I mean, what do we really feel like giving? I don't really care what we give them. Skaters, let's go to rookie skaters, actually. Rookie skaters. Got a lot of guys here. You want, we have to give them something enticing, right? Skaters matching the block. You want anything? We'll give you Mario Tremblay. Not really the best for us. He doesn't really work in our system, so I'm okay with giving him up. We can give you, if you want, no, I'd rather not give up the 13th overall pick. I'm okay with giving up picks next year. I'm okay with that. We'll give you, I can give you, you know what, let's give you the 13th to get this over. Giving up a lot, but I want to make sure they retain half salary. For sure. Like, they have to. And I want you to give us something in return. Do you have anything else here? Skaters matching block. Well, $6 million. Probably can't bring that on. This Sear guy, can he play on the, well, I'm not sure he'd fit the team. I can wait on him. Can we steal a 2nd round pick back? How many goaltenders on the block? Christian Rensfeld. Cool. But they got this Glenny guy. Ooh, he might be the one to bring back. Well, our Glenny, we can bring him back, especially for our current goaltending situation. You know what? Let's not worry about goaltending. We'll worry about that in a second. But let's see if we can bring back a 2nd round pick from next year. Our current picks right now, not worried about. But if we do plan on maybe playing out the rest of the franchise mode in larger videos, I'd rather keep the picks down the road. So Don Kreider, Tremblay, and a 1st for Germain, half retained, and a 2nd. I don't think that'll be good. Trade accepted. So they took the value. I don't really care about the 13th overall pick. I could probably trade our 2nds too for anything out there. We now have $10 million to work with. Don't think that'll be enough, but that will help us out getting our guys back that are up, which will definitely help us out in the long run. I wouldn't be... If Zanacareno asked for more than $4 million, I don't want to bring him back. No, I'd rather just pay for a goaltender out there somewhere in free agency, because goaltenders aren't relatively expensive, especially in this franchise mode. I've noticed that they're not expensive at all. So let me go to our, let me see. Everybody else here I really like. It's a shame that I have to trade somebody. It just sucks that I have to trade somebody. But everybody else is really gonna have to wait. Chistov, oh, thank God I have Chistov. Oh, beauty. I love Chistov. Okay. Everybody else, we're just gonna have to bide our time with, because look at the cap that we're spending. We're spending a lot of damn money. We are. Toby Conn, Harry Parrish, Cale Newman, Niemi, Haydar, Bissonnette, Everberg, Hagos. We're paying a lot of money for our top guys, but that's why we've been so good for so long. Just saying. Maybe... I honestly don't know what guy we could trade here. I'm not sure. We do have $10 million in cap space, which I'm not sure where we're gonna spend it. But for right now, let me see if we can trade those second round picks. Nope, that's not... Nope, come on, game. Please work with me here. Come on, game, please. A second, and a second. We will find a... I don't think there'll be anything out there. We'll just go find a first round pick and swap these picks for a first. Because, yeah, 3 seconds should easily be able to get a first. I think that works. I think that works. That works for me. Okay. Anybody have a first on their block? Louis Langweeder. No, that doesn't work. That doesn't work. But we did trade Pietrangelo. Oh, we did lose Pietrangelo. Get him at $7 million. Oh. Well, okay, we have, let's see, top 6, Hagos. We could bring him on. I think we're going to have to wait on that, though. We're just going to have to wait and see what the cap entails, right? Anybody have a first-round pick they'd be willing to trade? Colorado? Nah. Anybody? Anybody have a first on the block for next year? Nashville's the champion. No, thank you. Nope, nope, nope. Oh, no. Screw you, St. Louis. Die in a fire. I don't care. Let's go Washington. Screw it. Let's try to steal Washington's first-round pick next year. Next year. Oh, they don't want to trade their one next year? Screw off, then. I don't want to talk to you. Who was that other team? We'll go Colorado. Sure. Might as well go Colorado. They might suck. You don't know. First. And then we can we steal a third? I don't think that trade will go through. Maybe. Hell yeah! Okay, so that works for me. I think that's all we can really do at this point in time. Let's just sim to the picks that we have. Check the rounds, see what we missed. Maybe we go for some goaltenders in the later rounds. But first round, anything cool here? Domi was sick. This Clark guy was awesome at 8th. He'd fit in an NHL lineup right now. One of the best players in the draft at this current time. And then top 6s, pretty solid first round. Kind of iffy picks right there from Toronto and Dallas, but I don't care. It's not me. Oh my God, what a name. Gervais Chouinard. My God. when you have to write an exam and you have to put your last name on it and it's like 26 characters long. You could win Scrabble with that. That's all I'm saying. Okay. Oh, we missed a... What is that? Goaltender. Obviously. Playfair, I knew he was going to be good. I just had a feeling. If it's a top-rated goaltender in the draft, it's probably going to be solid, but... Not really worried about the draft. I'm just worried about the re-sign phase. That's what I've been worried about for a very long time now. Really. I know we kind of blew up the team not too long ago, but... I worry about the re-sign phase. I just want to get this team looking tip-top shape. What the hell do we pick? I really have no idea what to pick. Do we go... Let's go goalie. Goalie always works. We will go Alexander Push... We already have a Pushkarev in our lineup. He's 19. We'll go with this kid. Sure, why the hell not? Backup goalie. Never trust your gut ever, Owen. You're wrong and you suck. You suck. I hate you, Owen. But let's see what we missed here in the 5th round. Does anybody care? Nope, but I'm keeping it formal. I'm excited for the new franchise mode, though. I haven't told you what team it is, but I know what team it is. I've already got the thumbnail made. It's gonna be great. Let's go another goaltender. I'm really liking this Mikhail Gortz guy. I'm just feeling it. 18. Come on. Ooh, medium elite. That's how you... It doesn't matter what kind of goaltenders you draft, because if you just pick somebody with a cool name, it's probably a cool dude. So let's head here to the 6th round. Did we miss anything? I have a feeling we missed nothing special, because you always pick goaltenders late. Never trust your gut on any forward ever. Just go with goaltenders and then trade them with value, because they have value. Doesn't matter. They have value. over a first-round pick in value. So let's go with another goaltender. This Desmond Barry kid? Why the hell not? Come on. Fringe starter? Not bad for the 6th round. That's actually really solid for the 6th round. But here in the 7th round, I guess our last draft until we hit the regular season, and then I guess we're not going to be doing the draft daily. We're not going to be doing the Minnesota Wild franchise mode daily after next season. We have one more shot at Stanley Cup number 7. I want it really bad. But let's go with another goaltender. Why the hell not? Dirksen? Dirksen. Come on. Backup goaltender. Don't really care. Don't really care. I'm not upset. I'm not upset. But that's the end of the draft. Pushkarev, Gortz was our best pick. So I'm happy with that pick. We only picked goaltenders that draft. That's kind of cool. So let's sim to the re-sign phase and see what we're dealing with. Coaches, not super worried about that at this very point in time. Scouts, for sure not worried. And let's just go to contracts. Let's go. Let's see. So we have $16 million to work with. Ben Archer wants 14. Now, here's the conundrum. Here is the conundrum. UFAs, our biggest UFA is Ben Archer. Is he worth that? Is he? Yes. Question. Yes. Okay. No. First, I'm gonna check the awards, or I will forget. Awards. Let's go check the awards, or I'd forget. Sorry, guys. I don't know why I keep forgetting. So, St. Louis winning the Stanley Cup. Congratulations. President's Trophy for, I don't know, 16, 17 years in a row for the Minnesota Wild. Clarence S. Campbell, St. Louis, obviously, and the Florida Panthers. Congratulations. Why did I almost say Arizona Coyotes Trophy? The R. Ross Trophy. Louis Zanetta. Congratulations. Felix Leiteker wins the Hart Memorial. Cool. James Norris goes to Ben Archer. If only he could have topped it off with the Stanley Cup. Lady Byng goes to Felix Leiteker. Zachary Edwards wins the Calder Memorial. Conn Smythe goes to Matteo Jogren. Screw off and die in a fire. Vezina Trophy goes to Campagna. William M. Jennings goes to Ned Zenicarano. Congrats, dude. Bill Masterton goes to Keeling. Jack Adams goes to Ollie. Frank J. Selke goes to Kempanainen. Ted Lindsay goes to Leiteker. Leiteker picked up the awards this year, and the Maurice Richard Trophy goes to Branislav Yelovac. Okay, so we picked up 2 individual awards. I wish we could have picked up the Stanley Cup more, but it do be like that sometimes. You can build the best team NHL 20 has ever seen, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You'll always blow a 3-1 series lead. It doesn't matter. So what are our RFAs looking like? We have Lindholm, Ponikarovsky, Reed, Kavan, and Vasilev, whatever his name is. Give him a 2-way contract. Kavan. I really liked him in the lineup, though. He was a really good depth center. But we do have Ulf, Hedman, Chistov, Everberg, and Harrison Hadar as the centers. So Kavan, I'm just going to qualify for this point in time. Really don't want to spend money where I don't need to spend it. Kip Reed didn't make it into the lineup. Wants a 2-way contract. I'll give it to him. Ponikarovsky wants a 2-way contract, making things easy for me and the rookie, who had a pretty decent year. And Lindholm, what does he want? $2 million. We're going to qualify him because I don't want to spend that on him. Okay? That's a fact. Now we're looking at unsigned skaters, don't really care. And the goaltenders. Now, we're crossing that road, right? I said Ned Zenicarano. If we can get Ben Archer back and only lose Petrangelov at the retirees and get Ben Archer back, if we have that ability, I'm going to take that risk. Ned Zenicarano, fine goaltender. He was good. He was our future guy, but since this franchise mode is ending, we have the ability to do that now. We can let him go. We can find a cheap goaltender in free agency. There's always guys out there. Weeman wants a 1-way I'm okay with bringing Weeman back. Ned Zenicarano, obviously we're going to qualify you, so maybe there's something out there we can get for you, or maybe we trade you away for something. I don't know. But Weeman, I'm going to wait a second for Weeman. Just a hot second. we're going to go down to the bottom of our UFAs and not worry about them, because why the hell would I worry about a top 6 low potential dude? Don't ever worry about those kind of guys. Nikulin, sure, work in the AHL, might as well. LaCosta doesn't want to come back, let him go. Clem doesn't want to come back, let him go. You don't want to be here in Minnesota and potentially win Stanley Cup number 7. Screw off and die. Is that harsh? I'm sorry. 2-way contract. Yippee. This guy, 2-way contract. Yes, work for me. Norenin, sorry. Modano doesn't want to come back. A lot of depth defensemen do not want to come back to this team. Shattenkirk. Yeah, we're gonna have... Nope, can't bring him back. Don't have that kind of money. Really, don't debate Shattenkirk over Ben Archer. Seriously, guys, don't. Prince, he's been around on this team for a long time. Doesn't want NHL money. I'm okay with giving him that. Lamore. One-way deal. Pretty solid depth. Oh, God, he's not bad. He's not good, though. We're going to let him go, because I really don't care. Della Rovera, LDR, wants NHL money. So we're going to have to let him go. And we can find these guys in free agency if we feel like, but let's him a day. Let's get these guys out of the way. Beam, 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 beam. Good. Okay, these guys didn't want to come back. Nikulin, we're going to let you go. You don't want to come back to this team? I don't want you here. I've said that this entire franchise mode. If you don't want to be here, you don't want to come. It's okay. So Kavan and Lindholm are qualified. Unsigned players are Gucci Gang. Okay, and goaltenders. Weeman, I'll wait a hot second. I'm really just worried about Ben Archer. Now, the good news is he wants a contract. That makes things easier. But if you want to help us out here, Ben Archer, so we could potentially get a depth guy to add to this lineup, you want another chance at a Stanley Cup, we can give it to you. You want to be on the best possible team to win the Stanley Cup? The best odds? Come back to here. So take a cut on your contract. 2 years? Sure, what the hell? 14.025 times... Nope, that was... No, I'm bad at math. Can we go 1 year? Oh, I'd rather go 1 year. 13.825 times 0.85 equals 11.751. We'll go 12 and a half. Just to see if it gets done. Now, Ben Archer, come on. Oh, man. Okay, we'll just give him his full contract if he wants it. Sure, 2 years at 14. You want it? Come back. You're not happy here. You're not happy. You're not happy in Minnesota? Really? Okay, we'll go up to 14.8. You gotta come back, man. Cool. Oh, you've always wanted to play with us. Just shut up, Ben. Shut up. You're the best possible person I can bring back to this team to help us win a Stanley Cup. So that means Ned Zandicareno's got to go. Jaden Weeman, good news, man. We can give you that contract. Okay? Good, good. Ned Zandicareno, how much do you want? I didn't really check that out. You want 2.441. I'm gonna qualify you because we could spend that money elsewhere. I'm not really worried about you, but let's go to a coaching staff real quick just so I can settle that out. Not really worried about it. Generalist, he wants to be the assistant coach. He wants to be the head coach now. Assistant coach, what kind of... He probably isn't going to come back if we offer him this contract, but we can deal with it in the offseason if we really, really feel like it. But honestly, this has gone a lot smoother than I thought it was going to go. Just with cap space alone. I'm not happy that we traded Don Kreider, but we had to, just for cap reasons. Look, we got Ben Archer back. I thought at the starting of this video when I was doing my prep that we wouldn't have been able to get him back, and we did. I knew I was going to lose Petrangelov either to cap or to retirement. He took the retirement path, which I understand. But I'm happy we got Ben Archer back. He's going to help us out. NHL goalie coach. You want to be our assistant? Dude. No, I can deal with that off screen. I don't care. But let's go ahead and go to free agency. See what's up, what's popping off. Ellington, don't feel you. I don't care. You don't want to come back? I don't care. I don't care. I'll deal with that off camera. Don't really care. Sure. So let's see. Let's see what's out here in free agency. Anything cheap? The best forward out here right now is Novak. You got Slychuk, Chistov, Hodges, Dreiber, Dice. There's some pretty awesome forwards out here. You got Jack Hughes at 38 years of age, still kicking here in the league. Good for him. 1,400 points. What a beauty. Miss him here in Minnesota. Goaltenders, see, there's probably, see, there's a guy like Blacker. Or you got all these, no, there's actually quite expensive. Or you got Varlamov, you got Dwyer, Blacker. Cheap guys. Cheap guys. Pandolf, Corson, really cheap guys that we can see. Goaltenders are not a problem. Don't ever, when you're building a team in franchise mode in the first few years, no need to worry about goaltending, really. And make sure you have a decent goaltender, 82 and up. But the difference between 82 and 88 isn't really much simulation-wise. Really isn't. So you draft your good goaltenders for value. That's what I found out. We've been able to do a heckload of trades because of the goaltenders that I've drafted. Like, look at all the top-tier goaltenders that I've seen in free agency in the past few years that we drafted. So I think it's kind of cool. So let's go to potential, see what's up. Well, this Dowell guy, we're gonna give him a contract. Does he want he wants a two-way? Hell yes, he might work well into our lineup. All these other guys, I'm not really worried about. We got this. Nah, not worried about that. Nothing that really intrigues me. Let's go to defense, see if there's any cheap, top-rated guys out here. See, look, an 81 overall is asking for $9 million. Tell me that makes sense. No, sorry, it doesn't make any sense. Enland is asking for 6. This game makes me mad. In what world would any defenseman ever be worth that kind of money? Especially at that value. But we do have this Trevica guy who, hell yeah, as a depth defenseman, I'd bring him on. Oh, but it is a one-way contract, so I'm going to wait on that. So, yeah. We can always wait until the start of the regular season to find guys in free agency. Not super worried about that. Not super worried about that, but we still only have $2.4 million to work with. Or 2.9, whatever. Newman and Hagos are up next season. Not worried about that in the slightest because they'll probably retire and the franchise mode is over. So, after next season, not this season. You know what I mean. So let me check my depth here real quick. So, centerman. You got Everberg, Hadar, Chistov, and Hedman. That's a great 4 defensemen or 4 centermen in the NHL. I'm happy with that. Alfredson, Hoffman. Okay. Left wingers, you got Hagos, Germain, Kip Reed, Stanton. Okay, not bad. Right wingers, Toby Kahn, Newman, Soretta, and Ponikarovsky. Okay, how about in the system? We go to all forwards. You got Pushkarev, who can definitely make the lineup. Vasilev, who can. Lindholm, how much does he want right now? 2.5. I'm waiting for a cap to go up. I think it's a definite possibility that cap rises this coming season, so we can definitely make a trade at the starting up next season, but we're just going to have to wait. But there is a possibility that nobody offers them a contract, and we just retain them as an asset, which can help us out, because we're going to get the goaltender, and I would like to bring Kavan back. I think he'd be a great depth piece for us, so we're going to go ahead, offer him. Oh, we can, well, we'll go 1.2. I think that contract works for us. Hold on, Nah, defenseman's fine. Defense is fine. So let's go to goaltenders. Let me get that guy back real quick. So hold on a hot second. Or not get that guy back. What's his name? Let's see. Actually, let me go to overall, just to be sure. Oh, there's an 86 overall goaltender out here. Cool, cool, cool. Blacker, or do we go with Varlamov? Here's the question. Blacker's a bit cheaper, not by much. Really won't change things. Blacker's 33. Oh, that's with San Diego though, right? In the AHL, your stats will always be better in the AHL. And then Varlamov, who I've seen a bunch before. He was with San Diego last year. Wow, they're hoarding goaltenders over there in San Diego. Anybody else? We can go with the guy down here, like a Dwayne Pandolfo. What are his stats looking like? New York Rangers, he's never been a starting goaltender. He's never been a starting goaltender. Then we got this Corson guy, this Corbin Corson, who's 27. We drafted him? Oh, cool. Got a few good... nah, not the best, but we're really taking a chance. We got this Biron guy, Maurice Biron. 30. Not the best in the AHL. So we kind of just, whatever, we wing it, I guess. We go with whatever our gut's feeling. We got this Knight kid, Gabriel Knight. We did have success with Spencer Knight. We got this Creamer. Oh, we gotta go with Brandon Creamer. Are you freaking kidding me? I think we can. Well, Brandon Creamer. Well, he was playing in the AHL. Well, why did I press back? Why did I do that, Owen? Why are you so bad at this? So we have 2.9. We're banking on Lindholm taking a contract, or taking a qualified contract later down the road. So let's go to overall again. Let's go to overall. We might as well just go for the 84 overall Blacker. We might as well. That probably our best bet. It's only $1 million. Now, he's played NHL. He's played in the NHL before. Rangers, Vancouver, LA, Anaheim. He's been an okay goaltender. Varlamov. I do like Varlamov, though. Varlamovs are always good goaltenders. Always. That's a fact. I think... we don't know much about their stats, so we can't really judge based off that. Well, why the hell not? So Varlamov, Blacker. Let's go with Varlamov. Varlamov, come over to the club. 2 years, give him that contract. And I'd also like to extend a contract to one of these guys. I'd give it to Creamer. Sure, why the hell not? Bring these two guys on. I think that'll bring us up to the limit of goaltenders, so I'm okay with that. Let's see who signs the contract and who does not, and then we can worry about fixing up the lineup. I'm just hoping everybody comes on, makes my life easier. Kavan has denied his contract. Okay. Brandon Creamer has accepted the contract. Sergei Varlamov went to the Arizona Coyotes. Dowell signed the contract. Okay. Cool. Love it when players don't accept my contracts and makes things worse for me. I do love that. So RFAs. Now we have $3 million. Tell me how that works. I don't know. Kavan. I really like Kavan. I think he was great for us. I think he can continue to be great for us. He's a two-way forward, which I really like him for. So we'll give him the contract. 1.3 works for me. So we might as well just... I'm not sure if Weeman's going to drop. I think he's going to drop. Creamer and Weeman. Weeman-Creamer. Love the tandem. But I think just to be sure, we're going to offer another goaltending contract to... I'm not sure who. But just to get somebody else on to help us out. So goaltenders will go... Oh, it doesn't look like there's... well, wait. Wait. Oh, it looks like Blacker went. No, Blacker's right there. $1 million contract. We'll go up to 1.075. Let's see if you come over. Make my day. Then we got a nice tandem. If one guy doesn't work, somebody else slots in for him. I'm happy with that. First and Happy Bool into the New York, not New York, Owen. Read it. New Jersey. Congratulations. St. Louis gets Kolnick and Wilford. St. Louis making moves. Current Stanley Cup champion. Screw off. Let's see. Cavan has signed the contract. Good depth forward to have. Blacker has signed the contract. That's a big plus. That's good to hear. So we currently have $2.5 million. Don't know how that money works out, but Lindholm, if you would like to sign a contract, I'd like to bring you on. Vancouver's interested in him. Then we're not gonna bother. We're not gonna bother. If it's not too much money, we'll qualify it, but it looks like we'll just have to take the compensation. Looks like Vancouver's going to give us that offer sheet anytime soon. First, okay, whatever. Didn't even look at the trade. It's $2.8 million. You know what? Our right wing depth is a little weak. And a second really wouldn't help us out much. So we're gonna... Oh, we don't have the necessarily salary. Remind me in 6 days. No! Well, we can always go out and make a trade if need be. And, right, if we look at our lefties, we got Hagos, Germain, Kip Reed, Stanton, Cavan. We got right wingers, CONN, Numanen, Soretta, and Ponikarovsky. We don't need him. We don't. We can use that cap space for something else. And in the system for defensemen, we can worry about that, tuning it up at the start of the season. But for right now, I guess we'll just take the compensation for what's his face? I've already forgotten his name. I've already moved on. Second round pick. Sure, I guess we'll do that. So I believe I'll deal with coaches off camera. I'll deal with all that stuff off camera. I'm going to make this team look pretty. Thank you guys very much for watching. If you've enjoyed this one, please leave a like, leave a comment, share with people who think may enjoy this sort of thing. See you in the next one. Ciao.